very first thing is to understand. If you do not understand, you're not likely to take action or to do anything at all about it that will benefit you. All right. So the first step towards actually profiting is understanding. You must first understand what the system or the ecosystem offers for you to then take advantage of it. I hope that makes sense. So what I'm going to attempt to do tonight is I'm going to attempt to, just do a summary in a way that is very, relatable of what DeFi is, so that you can then start looking at opportunities and take advantage of the opportunities that the space offers. Okay. Now, welcome once again. All right. So in this training, what are you going to be learning? It's important I give you highlights of what this training will be about. All right. Now, in this training, you're going to learn what decentralized finance is. I'm going to quickly tell you about what proof of work and proof of stake is. I'm going to tell you how you can earn the passive income opportunities or opportunity present in the DeFi space. Okay. And I'm also going to show you how you can earn about 20% on your USD, all right, yearly. And of course, I'm going to be showing you how you can claim airdrops. Now, I know a lot of people hear airdrops, a lot of people do it, a lot of people send links out, follow us on Telegram, do this, do that. Ladies and gentlemen, I hate to bust your bubble, right? But let me be the first to tell you that most of those things are just time wasting, okay? They are far from being real. I see a lot of people pirate a lot of these things online. Some people put it on the status, hoping that someone just clicks and then they can claim airdrop. Ladies and gentlemen, a lot of these things are geared towards stealing what you already have in your wallet. Believe me. You see, a lot of people will say, yeah, I found out that something was withdrawn from my wallet. I didn't initiate that withdrawal. Let me tell you that these are some of the consequences you suffer when you discriminate indiscriminately, when you click on links here and there. So what you want to do, every time someone sends you something about airdrops, it's so easy to verify these things. They are very verifiable, okay? It's easy. No true project, every true project has a Twitter, and no project will be doing airdrops without putting it up on their Twitter or their official channels. So if someone tells you there's an airdrop that's going on and you can't seem to find it, you don't seem to find it on their official channels, just know that it is false. No two ways about it. There's no need guessing or second guessing your decision. Just know that it is unreal. Okay, I hope that helps someone. So let's proceed. Okay, let's proceed. Okay, so what is DeFi? Now, we know that DeFi, but for the sake of those that do not, DeFi is actually decentralized finance. That's what it means, right? And of course, you know what centralized finance is. Centralized finance is the bank, the brokerages. Those are centralized finance houses, okay? But in decentralized finance, it is a blockchain-based form of finance, blockchain-based, that does not rely on central financial intermediaries, right? Such as banks, traditional, but then they still offer traditional financial instruments, such as lending, borrowing, all of those things. Those regular instruments you get from centralized finance, your bank, you still get it from decentralized finance. The only difference here is there's no central authority. They use what is simply called smart contracts. Decentralized finance in total, protocols on decentralized finance simply use what is called smart contracts. Smart contracts are a body of rules, right, governing a transaction, right? You already know that if you do this, when you pre-program something, that when you do this, this should follow, right? When you do this, this should follow. When this person does this and requests for this, this is what should follow. It has been pre-programmed to do that. So then it can execute this contract without people being involved, right? Easily, he knows that, for instance, in our conventional banks, I walk into the bank and I say I want to make a withdrawal over the counter. I need to first send out my check, right? If I'm using a current account. And once I do that, The cashier collects that from me, right? Then it verifies, checks what my balance is, then pays me, right? But in a smart contract, decentralized finance, you see, that process of verifying is already coded with smart contracts. This is what you need to do, right? Now verify if this particular information is real or true. And if you find it that is true, this is what you should do, right? So it is permissionless, it is trustless, no individuals are involved, everything has just been programmed to do those transactions automatically. All right, so I'm going to read that again just so you understand better. The decentralized finance is a blockchain-based form of finance that does not rely on central financial intermediaries, such as brokerages, exchanges, or banks, to offer traditional instruments. Instead, it utilizes what is called smart contracts, all right? So because of these smart contracts, you do not need, please, if you can hear me, confirm to me that you can hear me. If you can hear me and you understand what I've said so far, please drop a 1 in the comment section, so I know that you are following me. Drop a 1. Okay, so decentralized finance, again, is you taking advantage, you accessing the regular instruments, financial instruments, things you get from your bank, but this time without a central body, because everything is coded and carried out using smart contracts. And I said, smart contracts are a body of rules through which transactions are executed, right? So you do not need to be involved. Individuals don't need to be involved. As long as the parameters that have been put into the smart contract are fulfilled, the transaction takes place. I hope that makes sense. If this makes sense to you, drop a 2 in the comment section. If this makes sense to you, drop a 2. If you can relate, you understand the concept of decentralized finance right now, drop a 2. Thank you. 2. That's what I want to see, right? Imagine being able to borrow from a bank without speaking with your bank manager or with a cashier. Imagine being able to lend to a bank without, without even, speaking with your bank manager or anything. Everything is just done on the blockchain. No individuals are involved, only smart contracts, okay? So that's what decentralized finance is, all right? I hope that's simple enough. Now, let me put it, this simple infographic simply explains it, all right? Now, in the traditional financial system, there's usually an individual that is transacting with a bank, right? And of course, there are payment companies in between. If someone wants to send money to somebody, right? I go into the bank or I use my banking app and I send money, right? The money goes in through the bank, through my own bank. It comes out from my bank. Then it goes through payment companies, right? Then it goes to your receiver's bank before they can now cash out the money, right? So there's actually a body in between, or bodies in between, that moderates that transaction, So you're not dealing directly because banks are involved. When decentralized finance, it simply uses smart contracts coded on the blockchain, smart contract protocol on the blockchain to execute. So now you can send, and this other individual can receive without you going through any central authority. And that's the beauty of this. Now, the advantage of this is that transactions are fast. The advantage of this is that there's no need for, there's a trustless community, right? You do not need to, seek favor before you get things done like you do in a traditional bank. If I want to get a loan, right? Even if I'm not qualified, maybe I know somebody in the bank or I have a connection, I could easily still access that loan, right? But in decentralized finance, once those conditions for the loan once those conditions are not fulfilled, you do not access it. It's that simple, right? So you cannot, what's the word now? You cannot compromise, okay? You cannot compromise the security of the network, all right? I hope that further explains or further details what decentralized finance is, all right? Now, decentralized finance is one. Now, again, I want to share with you quickly ways to earn passive income in decentralized finance, ways to earn passive income with your crypto, all right? Now, there's something called staking. But before I tell you what staking is, it's first important that you understand why or how staking came about. You see, in the era of Bitcoin, You see, in the era of Bitcoin, in the era of Bitcoin, Bitcoin used a blockchain protocol called proof of work. And of course, in the proof of work, that's when you're going to need hardwares, you're going to need miners, you're going to need miners, hardwares, you know, solving complex mathematical problems or mathematical algorithms. And every time they get the answers right, a block is created, right? And then that's the byproduct is Bitcoin, right? They get paid in Bitcoin. That's how Bitcoin came about. Now, but in that particular setting, right, it requires a lot of power. Of course, you know that there have been so much policies around the world talking about mining, how mining is not eco-friendly, how, you know, the kind of heat irradiates and all that. So for this reason, there needed to be a change in the proof of work protocol. So something had to change about how mining was done. So then the proof of work era started fading out, and that gave birth to the proof of stake. Now, in the proof of stake era, there are validators, right? They are called validators. These are people that guide the transactions and things that happen on the network, all right? Now, these individuals are people that have very big pockets of that particular token. Now, for instance, we're talking about, let's talk about Avalanche, for instance. Now, Avalanche is a proof of stake project, right? Now, in that particular project, what it means is that people that have very deep pockets of Avalanche, people that have a lot of it, are the ones that govern, are the ones that see to, you know, see to the transactions and the security of that network, all right? They are like, it's something like when you have a bank, and of course you have very high, stakeholders or shareholders of the bank. They're usually the chairman of the bank. They're usually the, head of the board and all that, people that have the highest, okay? So it means that these guys are the ones usually that will have the obligation to secure, to make sure that everything in the bank runs properly. And that's how it works in this one too. Now, so in the proof of stake, people that have very big, very large quantity of that particular token are the ones that are saddled with the responsibility to take care of the network, the maintenance of the network, transactions, confirmation of, how to confirm transactions happening on the network and all that, okay? That is what they do. So that moved us from the era of proof of work, where you needed to do a lot of mining, to the proof of stake, where all you needed to do was just have a lot of those, of the token, native token of that platform. And of course, you guys now will be the ones, overseeing the transactions and the maintenance of that network. I hope that makes sense. Now, that is how staking came about. Now, staking, when you talk about staking again, you have people called validators and people called delegators. Now, some of us don't have enough of those, of the required tokens, for instance, right? So because we do not have the quantity required to be validators, what we do is we can give up what we have. So if I have Avalanche, I can simply just give up my Avalanche and stake it to someone or delegate it to someone that is a validator, all right? So if I do that, and every time the person, takes care of transactions and they get paid, oh, I forgot to have that part. Now, when you do that, you get paid. You get paid a reward, and the reward is usually in the native token of that network, all right? So if you're on Avalanche, and you validate on Avalanche, you see, so you guys are like the guys securing the network, you're the guys confirming transactions on the network and all of this, right? And every time you do that, you get paid in the native network, in the native token, right, of the network. So every time you get that right, you get paid in AVAX, which is the native token of the Avalanche network. I hope that makes sense. If this has made sense to you so far, please drop a 3 in the comment section. Drop a 3 in the comment section. If I've made sense to you so far, drop a 3. Oh, great. Now, those are validators, okay? Now, validators are the guys, like I said, that have deep pockets, that are the guys that have very, huge quantity of the native token of that platform. And so for this reason, these guys can secure the platform, okay? Now, but for someone that doesn't have a lot of them, what you now do is to delegate what you have. all right? What you have, if you delegate what you have to a validator, then the validator increases the quantity they have. So what they do is every time they work and they now get paid reward, they now share with you, right? That is how staking, that's how you get your staking reward. Because for every time they, for every time they confirm a transaction and they do that, they get paid, right? So they share with you because now it's a form of you delegating what you already have to them. Now that you've increased the quantity of the native tokens they have, and once you do that, their own voting power, it's called power on the network, because the more of the token you have, the more powerful you are in that network. Just like I explained before, that biggest shareholders of organizations are usually the most powerful of those organizations, right? Even though certain decisions can be taken without the rest. I hope that makes sense. So with this one, they need you to delegate what you have, because already you don't have enough to become a validator. But because you cannot become a validator, you can become a delegator or simply a staker, somebody that just takes what they have for someone that is already a validator. Every time they get rewarded, then they share from the reward, they share with you from their reward, okay? Now, why do you do this? You do this when you intend to hold tokens for a long period of time, all right? And in this particular training, I'm going to be using Luna as a case study, all right? Luna is the ticker symbol of Terra. Terra is actually the name of the project, but Luna is the ticker symbol of the token, okay? Now, in this, so generally when you do that, you're staking what you have and you're giving it to a delegator on the platform, on the network, so that they reward you, right? They share the reward with you, because the bigger, the larger the quantity of the native token they are holding, the higher their power, their voting power, on the network, all right? So usually this is why you see them, this is why you see platforms like Trust Wallet, this is why you see Binance, all right? Now, if you are able to stake on Binance, that is because Binance is a validator, right? Binance is validating on a network. That's why you can stake with them, right? So when you stake with Binance, staking is actually not done in Binance, right? The staking is Binance, as Binance is a validator to the network, to a network, all right? So what you are doing is you are investing in that network through Binance, because you do not have enough to stand alone, all right? So you are delegating what you have to Binance so that Binance can take, and that's the same thing that happens in your Trust Wallet, and that's the same thing that happens. I hope that makes sense. So staking in a nutshell means that participants hold their cryptocurrency funds in a wallet and support the blockchain's functionality. The functionality of the blockchain is being it's been supported by these individuals that hold the token. And that's why it's called the proof of stake, protocol. Now, stakeholders lock their tokens in their wallets. In return, they are rewarded by the network. So the network rewards you for holding tokens, all right? Participants become an important part of the network security infrastructure, and they are acting as validators. I explained just now who a validator is. A validator is an organization, a group of persons, or an individual that has enough of the native token to influence and support the blockchain functionality of a particular network. I hope that makes sense. So they are rewarded by the network. Staking income is offered in the form of interest paid to the holder. So you receive reward because you have delegated what you have to a validator, and the validator has gotten paid. And so the validator now shares with you from what they have been paid. I hope you understand that. Now, if you understand up to this point, please drop a 5 in the comment section. Drop a 5, drop a 5. This makes sense to you up until this point. Drop a 5. Awesome. Okay, so quickly, just for that distinction between mining, which is the proof of work, and staking, which is proof of stake. Staking, which is proof of stake. Now, in proof of work, miners have complicated mathematical puzzles or mathematical problems they need to solve, right? So that every time they solve it, a block is created, right? And then they are rewarded in Bitcoin. Now, the second thing is that the first miner to solve the mathematical puzzle adds a block to the blockchain. When they had the block, that's when they get rewarded, right? Now, requires specialized mining hardware I'm telling you about how the proof of work works. Now, it requires a lot of specialized mining hardware, which consumes a lot of energy, by the way. And then miners with more computing power have more chances to solve a block puzzle and get a reward. All right. But in the proof of stake, participants no longer have to have miners. They don't have to have, it doesn't consume a lot of energy, because all they need is just to have a lot of the coin of that particular network, and then they can support the network. So participants support the cryptocurrency network by locking up some funds. All right. Now, the participant creates a block by staking coins on the blockchain. When you stake, that's how the block is created, right? As against using miner and a lot of energy in the proof of work network or proof of work blockchain. Now, it's considered a more energy efficient solution. Validators with more coin stakes are more likely to get a reward, all right? I hope that makes sense. So that's all about that. So I'm going to talk more about staking. Now, it means that I believe that a lot of people on this call are already staking or keeping certain coins long term. You're probably keeping Ethereum, you're probably keeping Bitcoin, you're probably keeping whatever it is you're keeping, Avalanche, you're keeping Luna, you're keeping P-Chain, you're keeping Solana, whatever it is you're holding long term. Right now, you're holding it long term, right? Which means you don't have any urgent or immediate need for the token or the coin, right? Now, what you can be doing with that coin or that token while you're holding on to it is to stake it, okay? Now, there are different types of wallets, and staking is done in your wallet, right? Staking is actually done in your wallet, and there are two different forms of wallets. The first form is called the custodial wallet, right? And the second form is called the non-custodial wallet. Now, the custodial wallet will be your exchanges, right? You know why? Because you do not have access to your own private keys. You do not have access to your private keys. Binance, for instance, owns the private keys. You don't have access to it, right? So if anything goes wrong with Binance, you lose your funds, right? That's the truth. If everything goes wrong, they're attacked, or some whatever, God forbid, if anything just goes wrong, you lose your funds. That's what it means. So that's a custodial wallet, because you don't have access to your private keys, right? Now, but in a non-custodial wallet, users have 100% control of their funds. When your funds or your digital assets, when you have it on Binance, you don't have 100% control. And it's not just Binance. Every exchange that exists, you do not have 100% control, because you don't own the private keys, okay? But when you use a non-custodial wallet, you have 100% control, right? If you use Trust Wallet, you know that you have keys. Sometimes they will give you passphrase. Usually when you want to download another wallet and you want to import your old wallet, it will require you to put the key phrase, because that's your private key, right? So anytime you go, even if you misplace your phone or anything happens, as long as you have those private keys kept somewhere, right, you can always just use those private keys to import your wallet again, all right? But if anything goes wrong with Binance, God forbid, you lose every penny on that platform. I hope that makes sense. If you understand this, put a 6 in the comment section. If what I just said now makes sense to you, put a 6 in the comment section. If it makes sense. If it makes sense to you, put a 6 in there. Okay, thank you. So essentially, a custodial wallet is that which doesn't, grant you access to private keys. A non-custodial wallet is one that grants you access to private keys, all right? Now, because you have your private keys, it means you have total control of your funds. You can afford to import your wallet anytime. You can have on any device you want, right? But of course, if you don't own your private keys, then you are the mercy of the exchange platform that is holding it, all right? Now, on your custodial wallet, there are staking opportunities. If you go to Binance, you find staking opportunities. Someone says, so which is better? I thought that was obvious enough. Now, which is better? Obviously, the one that grants you 100% control should be better than the one that doesn't, right? That's it. So the one that grants you 100% control is actually better, right? Now, when you do that, when you're holding them you can stake them. Of course, a lot of people here will understand that when they're holding token, and on this particular training, on this call, I'm going to be using Terra as a case study. So if you're having Terra, for instance, on your Binance, you can actually go there and stake it. When you stake it, you earn what is called annualized pay per yield. No, so when you do that, they give you APY, they give you APR. That is like annualized interest on what you've paid. Okay, so sometimes it could be for 13 days, it could be for 30 days, but it is annualized. When I say annualized, it simply means that it is calculated per annum. All right. So if you do 30 days, that is the fraction of what you are supposed to get for the entire 1 year. All right. Now, that is 30 divided by 365 divided by 30, right? If you're doing just 30 days. Okay. Which means that the annual APR divided by number of days you're doing, right? That's what gives you. So it's like they're prorating it, right? So they prorate it and then tell you what you get, right? But when you see 20% APR, it simply means what you should get in a whole year, all right? Now, once you do that, you easily can stake what you have. And when you do that, guess what happens? They pay you daily because transactions are happening on the network daily. And every time these validators are supporting the platform, you have staked your own tokens or coins to them. So every time they, support and they just keep getting reward, and then they give you from what they earn as reward. And that is your staking reward, which what you see as your staking reward every time, right? And that happens also on your non-custodial wallet. Non-custodial wallet like MetaMask, like Mat Wallet, like Coin98, like Trust Wallet. These are non-custodial wallets. And I believe by now you know why they are regarded as non-custodial wallets. Simply because you own your own private keys, you have 100% control of your digital assets, okay? That's what makes them non-custodial, okay? So once you have them here, you easily can also stake them, like Exodus Wallet is another one. So once you have them, you can easily stake what you have on those platforms. Now, see those wallets you're staking on, they are the validators. So when you're staking on Trust Wallet is the validator in that case. When you're staking on Exodus is the validator in that place. Remember I said the validator could be an individual, an organization, or a group of persons, okay? So every time you're doing this through a non-custodial wallet or whatever wallet for that matter, the guys that own that wallet are the validators, okay? And you are just a delegator, delegating what you have to them so that they can go ahead and stake, and then you can earn, they can go ahead and support the network, then you can earn returns. I hope that's clear up until this point, okay? Now, like I said, the case study will be on Luna, all right? And like I said, personally, when I'm going to do, I said that it's safer for you to use non-custodial wallets, right? It's not like it's that bad using custodial wallets. It's just safer to use non-custodial ones. I hope you know what I mean. Okay, so using Luna as a case study, I said Luna is the ticker symbol of the coin called Terra. All right, Terra is the native token. Sorry, Luna is the native token of the Terra network. Okay, is a native token of the Terra network, which means in the entire ecosystem, transactions, activities, whatever it's been done is paid in Luna. That's what it means. All right. So if I have Luna, and before, can you name the non-custodial wallet? I thought I just did. I mentioned a few. I mentioned Trust Wallet. I mentioned Exodus Wallet. I mentioned Mat Wallet. I mentioned MetaMask. I mentioned Coin98, which is another form of wallet. So all of these are non-custodial wallet. Those are at least 5 that I mentioned. I mentioned Mat Wallet. I mentioned MetaMask. I mentioned MetaMask. I mentioned Trust Wallet. I mentioned Exodus. And again, Coin98. Okay, so these are examples of non-custodial wallets. Okay, now when you get to Terra, for instance, and you want to stake it. Now, before I started this call, I tried to send some Terra to mine, to a non-custodial wallet. I wanted to be able to practicalize and demonstrate this in real time. Okay, now quickly, permit me to, let's do this. I'm going to have to share I'm going to have to do this. Please tell me, let me know if you still see my screen. Please, is my screen still up? Let me know.
Yes, I can see.
Okay, now I'm on my browser. Can you see it? I'm on my browser. Is that what you see now? I'm on my Chrome browser. Is that what you're seeing? Please confirm to me. Is that what you see?
No.
I'm
No,
on
we
my
are
Chrome
seeing your
browser.
PPT.
Okay, let me just stop and reshare then. Okay, I just stopped. So I'm just going to try to reshare this. Share screen. And that's it. Now you should be seeing my browser now. Please confirm if that's what you see.
Yes, there's nothing.
Is that what you see? Awesome. Okay, so now one non-custodial wallet for Terra. Remember I said we are going to be using Terra as a case study. So one non-custodial wallet for Terra is called the Terra Station. It's a non-custodial wallet. So how do you get Terra Station? You want to go to Terra.money, Terra.money. Okay, this is it. This Terra.money. Once you get on here, the next thing you want to do is to click on Learn. Right? After clicking on Learn, you're coming here, you're seeing it says download wallet, right? Now there's a Chrome extension, and of course, there's a Windows wallet also, and there's a Chrome extension. You're also going to need your Chrome extension because this is how you interact with dApps, right? This is how you interact with decentralized applications on your platform, your laptop, or wherever it is, all right? So you need on your platform, on your web, on your website, okay? Not website, on your laptop, pardon me, all right? So this is how it interacts with your wallets. Just the same way you have MetaMask, Chrome extension, you have Wall Connect, and all of these things, okay? So first, you want to do the Windows, right? Windows is how you, first of all, will create your wallet, all right? Because the extension doesn't support creation of wallets. It's after you've created the wallet, is how you just log into it after you've created it, all right? I'm not going to be creating because I already have one, but what you simply do is download, click on this Windows wallet, or if you're using a mobile application, simply download the mobile application wallet, all right? When you do that, the next thing you want to do is to create an account, all right? You create an account. You see it creating an account. Once you create an account and it's good to go and you log in, that's simple enough. This is what you should have, okay? This is what you should have. This is what the wallet looks like, all right? On the desktop, this is what you have. So once you click on station.terra.money, this is what you will see, right? You can see that mine is connected right now, but I'm going to disconnect it. I'm going to try to disconnect this so that we can, okay. This is how you connect it to your, so after you've done this, the next thing you want to do is this is connected already. It's connected. I'm trying to disconnect it. Okay, so once this is done, the next thing is now you need to download the Chrome extension also. Now here's the Chrome extension. The Chrome extension is essentially the same thing, but of course, this is how you interact with dApps. This is the Chrome extension, but this is the real app. Now, once you do that, you're obviously going to have a link. Can you see it? This is your wallet address right here. So if you're sending Luna, to this wallet, this is where you copy it, right? Once you copy this, then you send your Luna to this wallet, right? You send Luna to this wallet. It's that simple. When you do that, it will show. Like I said, I had to send Luna to this just before we started this training because I wanted to show this, right? I sent 2.98, about 130 UST. UST, by the way, is the native, no, it is called USD Terra. It is the stable coin of the Terra network, all right? It is the stable coin of the Terra network. It's also $1. $1 is 1 UST. So it is the stable coin of the Terra network, all right? So I have this here, 2.9 Luna right here, and that's about 130 UST, all right? Now, once you have this is simple enough, right? Now, if you click here on your wallet, once you put in the web, the Chrome extension, right? The Chrome extension will require that you import, because when you're signing up for this, you would have been given your private keys, you would have been given passphrase, what you need to now import it into your Chrome extension when you download the Chrome extension. Okay, so by the time you do that and you now download Chrome extension, what you just need to do is see it. You see, usually it will tell you it's connected right now, so I'll leave it. But usually, if it's not connected, what you will see here is import wallet. That's what you should see, import wallet. Now, once you click on the import wallet, you now use the passphrase that you were given when you were creating this your wallet. That's what you use to import your wallet into this, such that it now integrates with this and is now it mirrors what is happening on this platform. Okay, so your balance and everything will now show here. Okay, because now this is the extension. So whatever it is, we'll see here. Just as you can see that Luna now 2.98, the same thing I have here, right? Because now I've imported it into this one. I hope that's clear. Up until this point, I hope it's not getting too technical. Please confirm to me, drop a 7. If it still makes sense to you to this point, drop a 7. If it makes sense to you to this point, drop a 7. Okay, awesome, awesome, great. Now, so that's what you do once you have it. So right now, 6. Oh, somebody says 6. Folake said 6. Why? Okay, let me take it again. You are creating a wallet. All right. Once you create a wallet, you go to station.terra.money. You create your wallet. We are not following. Why? How? I see what I just did here is Terra Station, right, is a non-custodial wallet for Terra. Okay. So what I did was create an account on Terra Station. So I've created an account, and this is what you're seeing. I hope you understand up to that point. Forget everything else. I just created an account on Terra Station because Terra Station is a non-custodial wallet for Terra. And I'm using Terra as a case study here, okay? So I've downloaded Terra Station here, okay? I've created my account. I'm not going to go through that process of creating an account, but obviously it's as simple as creating an email. So once you have created it, you will then have a wallet address. This wallet address is what you use to transfer money into the wallet. I hope this is clear now. Ebele, I hope this is clear now. Folake, I hope this is clear now. This is how you now, please confirm to me if this makes sense to you and it's clear now. Please confirm. Okay, great. Great. So that's it. It's just Terra Station. It's just a non-custodial wallet. So all you need to do is create your account on the non-custodial wallet called Terra Station, right? And of course, when you do that, you have access to your wallet. You can then send your Terra, you can then send your Luna to the wallet, all right? Now, once that is done, I have it here right now. I have it here. Forget about this extension. You will need it because that's how it's going to interact with dApps, right? That's how it's going to interact with other decentralized applications. But don't worry about that. When we get to the bridge, cross it, okay? Now, what you need to do next is you want to stake. You can see staking options here. So you're coming here and then click, and then you're clicking staking. Now, when you come there, you click staking. This is 2.9, which is what I have available. And as you can see here, it says available for delegation, right? Available for delegation, meaning that I can actually delegate this to a validator. Now, everything you're seeing here, these are the list. This is a list of validators available on the Terra network. All of these guys are validators, and easily you can see their voting power. Voting power obviously is a function of how much of the token they have, right? How much of the token they have, it's what determines their voting power. And as you can see, all of them staking fund, you can see this person, this of course is like a seal of what's the word now? Of validation, right? Or seal of validation, so to speak, is taken and meaning that this person is in good standing on the network. This other person is also in good standing. This person is probably still new, all right? And of course, you can see validator commission. What this means is that they earn commission on, these are the commissions they earn from what you're supposed to get. Remember, you do not have enough, so you cannot stand alone as a validator. right? So when you give it to them and they do this, they take commissions off it. So what you should be paid, they get 10%. This guy takes 10%, 10%. This guy charges you self-delegation. His self-delegation is 0.2%. Validator commission is 10%. Uptime is 100%. Uptime means that he's always ready. He's always online. He's always, because there are times that other validators will have downtime. There are times maybe they don't have enough and all that. So when you see uptime, means that this guy is always available. No network failure. That's what it means. All right. Now, all of those things, you see them. So here is where you choose who you want to stake. You choose the validator you want to stake with. All right. Obviously, this guy is very influential on this platform. That's why it has 7.37 voting power. Okay. So if I click on this guy, staking fund, right? Now you see, or you can also view his profile on the Terra validators, right? This is everything he's doing. So if I come here and I click on delegate, take a look at this. It says mass daily commission is 1.20%. This is what I'm going to get. Mass commission rate is 3.4%, and this is 1.20%. So if I come here and I click on delegate, all right? After clicking on delegate, see what happens. See what happens.
Please, you guys should mute yourself. Let the coach speak. Mute yourself. Everybody mute yourself.
Sorry about that. So quick one. Now you can see that available, it says 2.98 is available. So I can come here and actually just put in the amount I'm willing to stake. So if I say I'm staking 2, obviously I want to leave some so I can take care of network transaction fee, the gas fee and all that. This is really, it's not like the Ethereum network. The transactions here, the gas fee are very, very significant. So you can just decide, I could decide to do maybe 2.5. Let's just do 2.5 here, right? And if I do 2.5 and I click next, it says, remember to leave a small amount of tokens undelegated as subsequent transactions requires fees to be paid. So this is it. This is the fee I'm going to be paying, just 0.003. For those that are familiar with the Ethereum network, you know that for a transaction like this, you could be paying about $50 to $60 as gas fee. But this one, as you can see, it's simply just insignificant, right? So if you click on delegate, what you're doing now is simply I'm delegating. And as you can see, it's not interacting with my Chrome extension. It's not interacting with my Chrome extension, as you can see. This is why you also need to have your Chrome extension downloaded here. Okay, so now it's requesting for my password, and I'm going to try to input that so you can complete the delegation process. So I'm going to click on posts. Okay, and you see it, transaction is going through now, and as you can see, it says queued, the transaction is in progress. And easily from here, you can also, this is the blockchain, you can check from here to see what the transaction is done, whether it's gone through. This is the Explorer. This is the Terra Explorer. So here you can confirm the transaction and all that. All right, this is it. You can easily see it. You can see the transaction fee that was paid. You can see the memo and everything else you may need. All right, you see it here. This is the Explorer. Now, as it is, you see, delegated 2.5 Luna to staking fund. So I've delegated it. Now, another thing you want to see here is there's something called redelegate. See, this button says redelegate, which means I can decide I want to redelegate what I've delegated to this guy to somebody else. So when I click on redelegate, it means that I want to change from this guy, right, to another guy. Okay, I want to change from that guy to another guy if I want to move it from him. Now, note that when you delegate here and you want to maybe on stake, all right, it takes about 3 weeks for you to be able to access your Luna again. This is why you want to use tokens or coins that you are holding long term, so that there's no rush. You just take your time and let it just grow and earn more. Remember that while you're doing that, you're earning more Luna, right? I'm holding Luna long term, and every time I do this and I'm earning more Luna. So I'm increasing the quantity of Luna that I actually have. Now, one reason they do that is because imagine that everyone could just stake, and then you just pull out your Luna every time. It's going to make the network very unstable, very unreliable, because of course, anything can just happen, right? But this way, you need to do it and then wait. There's a waiting period of 21 days before you can access the Luna that you have staked. I hope that makes sense. Now that we've taken up until this point, I hope you understand. I have shown you, somebody said verified. What does that mean? I don't understand. Falake, please, what do you mean? All right, now, up until this point, I believe you followed me. I believe you understand what I've done here. What I've done here, in summary, I took my Luna, I sent my Luna to my Terra Station wallet, and I delegated it. I delegated it, or simply put, I staked it in the wallet. I hope that's clear enough. Now, while you're doing this, let me show you some more. Now, when you're doing this, there are two protocols on the Terra network that you can also use to earn, and then to earn. I said I'm going to show you how to earn 20% of your savings, right? Of your USD money. So I'm going to go to, it's called the Anchor protocol, right? Here is another, this is another DeFi, this is another DeFi protocol, okay? And under the Anchor protocol, it's better. I usually like to go through, I think it's Anchor protocol but app, but usually I prefer to always go through CoinMarketCap because lots of false, you find out that there are a lot of false and fake URLs. So you want to ensure that you're clicking the appropriate one. So if you come here and then you search, whatever link you see here is of course the genuine one, right? So CoinMarketCap, I'm going to search Anchor protocol, right? Anchor protocol. Anchor protocol is a decentralized protocol where you can stake. Remember what I said about decentralized protocol. A decentralized protocol offers you everything that a regular or your centralized financial institution will give you. All right, every single thing. That's what it gives you. Okay, so here is the authorized. Here is that is the correct link. So you're going to click that. Then what I want to do here is on Anchor protocol, I could connect. Remember, you already have, this is why you want to have your Luna wallet here, your Terra Station wallet here. So I'm going to click connect, and it says connect to the extension. I have the extension, so I'm just going to connect. And as you can see, it is connected. All right. Now, once that happens, it's a decentralized protocol, right? Which means that there is no centralized body. Everything works with smart contract. All right. So if you come here, you see earn. Of course, you can earn. There's borrow, there's bond, there's govern. Now, when you click on earn, here is where you want to earn. Remember what we want to do here. I've actually finished with how to stake. I hope you understand that. We finished on how to stake using custodial wallet. Now, the next thing I'm showing you now is how to earn 20% on what you're saving in UST. And I explained that UST is the stable coin of the Terra network, okay? So what you want to do is here, you want to earn, right? And if you look at this, it said interest is 19.53%, 19.53%. This is what the interest rate is, okay? So if I have UST, and if you do not have, what do you need to do? All you simply need to do is, again, you have your Terra Station, right? Your Terra Station is your Luna wallet, okay? So if you come to your Terra Station, you will see where it says UST. Now, UST, I do not have, right? But again, I still have about 21, as you can see here, I have 21 UST, $21 worth, 21 UST worth of Luna, okay? But then what you want to do here is you want to also have UST, because what you use for the savings here, you know, the savings that gives you this 19.53 interest, what you do there is UST. UST is what you need to save, okay? So here you want to put your UST here into your Terra network, Terra here. Oh, this is not getting too complicated for some, but here this is UST. So you want to click on deposit, right? So you want to deposit your UST here into this wallet. Now the question is, where do you get the UST? Now UST, again, come here, come to coingecko.com. These are some of the most used resources to get access to certain information. And I usually advise that you go through it, because if you want authorized links, okay? So you want to come here, and then we're looking for UST. So I'm going to click UST here, okay? UST, as you can see, Terra USD, right? I told you it is the USD, and it's a stable coin of the Terra network, and it's called UST. It's like your USDC or your USDT, okay? But this is for the Terra network, okay? Now you can see the value. Now, what you want to do at this point is click on markets. There are two ways to do this, and I'm showing you one just now. This is markets. In other markets, you will see where you can buy UST, right? To buy UST, you can do it on KuCoin, you can do it on TerraSwap, you can do it on Osmosis, and these are platforms that you can actually buy UST from. But in my own case, I'm going to be using TerraSwap. Why am I using TerraSwap? I'm using TerraSwap because I actually have Terra in my platform, on my platform, I mean, and because I have Terra on my platform, all I need to do is just swap it for UST, right? Now, I really would like to ask at this point, if you are confused or you do not follow up until this point, please let me know. Is there anyone that doesn't follow up until this point? Please let me know. If you do not follow up until this point, let me know. If this makes sense to you up until this point, please let me know. If it doesn't, let me know. Please drop it. Can we have a recorded version? Sure, but I need to know if you follow. Now look at this. What I need to do is, you know already that I have Luna, right? I have Luna. I told you that there are two ways to actually get USDT. USDT is what you want, is what you need here, is what you need on the Anchor platform to start earning yield, to start earning this 19.53%. Okay, so there are two ways to do it. Whether to buy your UST directly from any of those listed platforms that I showed you just now, right? It's not complicated. It's not complicated at all, right? And I'm going to summarize everything, and you see that it's not complicated. Okay. Now, when you come here, these are platforms where you will see where to buy your UST. Why do you need your UST? UST is what you need, right? Is what you need to earn this 19.53%. Okay, I think I have an idea why you think this is complicated. You see what I showed you before is different. I'm sharing with you two ways to earn passive income. I'm going to show you two ways to earn passive income with the cryptocurrency you have. So I've shown you one, which is you staking your Luna, and then you keep earning interest on that. The second way is savings, right? But in the savings is done with Anchor protocol, which is also still a DApp, a decentralized application on the Terra network, all right? For that reason, it means that it still connects to the Terra wallet. Just like every transaction you are doing, every application that is built on the Ethereum network can connect to your Ethereum wallet, right? So on this one, everything, every app or decentralized application that is built on the Terra network will interact with the Luna wallet. You understand? That's why we're connecting it. The same way your Trust wallet will connect to your PancakeSwap, right? For those that are familiar with that process, that's how it works, okay? Now, on this one, now I need UST. So I've concluded that part of staking Luna. The second phase now is you now earning interest on your UST, which is what you're saving, right? Normally people save, you save in your bank, right? You save in your bank. I'm simply saying, instead of saving in your bank, by the way, the biggest bank in Nigeria that gives the biggest return, I think, is Fidelity Bank, and Fidelity gives about 5% per year. All right. But in this very decentralized protocol, you can earn between 19.53% per year. But then what you save here is called UST, which is the stable coin of the Terra network. Okay. So which means you need UST to actually save here. That's it. Right. Now there are two ways to then access the UST. UST can be bought directly from these exchanges I showed here. right? I show these exchanges here. You can buy it directly from here. And the second way to do it is simply to just use Terra Swap. Now, Terra Swap will help me swap the Terra that I already have. It will help me swap it into UST, and that's what I want to do. But for that to happen, I need to connect that platform to my Terra station still, because I said this wallet interacts with the Luna network platform. And you can see that the balance is showing here. If you come here, you see the balance here, wallet, you see the balance here. The balance here is 0.47. All right. And right now you can see that it's also interacted with this TerraSwap platform, and it's showing me the same 0.47. Now I'm trying to swap this for UST. So I'm going to click UST here because that's what I need to do the savings I want to do. Okay. And here, if I do max, obviously I'm saying everything I have is what I want to change, but I'm not going to do max because I want to reserve some for so that's about $20, right? But of course, I'm going to limit this to, let's say, half of that. So let's say 0.2. Okay. It says you don't have enough to pay for 0.3. Okay. So I'm just going to do 0. If I do max, I won't have enough. So I'm just going to do, let's do 0.15. Let's see if that works. 0.15. You don't have enough balance to pay for 0.3. Okay, I'm not doing 0.3, and this is about $6, right? Since it's just for sake of this example. Now UST, you can then choose what you want to pay in, what you want to pay your gas fee in. That's another beauty of this. You can choose whether you want to pay it in UST or you want to pay it in Luna. So I'm going to choose Luna here, all right? And I don't know why this is not going through. I'm almost beginning, but this should be okay. So I have that now. I'm staking 0.3. 0.3 is what I'm trying to swap into UST. So that's about $13. So I can come here and swap. You can see the gas fee. The gas fee is just 0.02 to 0.022, very insignificant. Now, again, it's going to interact with my Chrome extension, right? And then I'm going to click on, it's going to interact with my Chrome extension, and I'm going to complete this. Okay, now it's going. Trying to swap this. Okay, I think I didn't put in my password the first time. So I'm going to have to put in my password to sign the transaction. Okay, this is simple enough. Trust me, it's not hard. Okay, now once that is done, you see it will process. And once it processes, I will be able to convert my Luna to UST, which is the stable coin. As you can see it now, from 0.3, I've converted to 13 UST, all right? And the fee I paid was 0.0226. Click on done. That will complete that. This will complete that, okay? And of course, if you go back to check the Terra wallet now, you should find USD. Now let me refresh this. I should find USD in this wallet now because I've converted some Luna to UST. All right, now you can see the 13 UST that I converted is now here. Okay, so now that it is here, I'm going to come back to my Anchor protocol, and then you can see the balance is also showing here now, 13 USTs. Now, what do I need to do? It says deposit. So I'm going to click on deposit, and I'm going to put on the max. I'm going to put on the max amount. All right, leaving less UST in your account, a little insufficient. Okay, so we'll do that, and we'll proceed. And now it's going to interact with that Chrome extension. Again, every time you're doing something on the dApp, it needs you to verify and confirm it by signing it. So you have to sign in and then confirm the transaction. And that's what I just did. Once that is done, see waiting for receipt. Okay. And finally, this should go through. Okay. And then you see completed. Now, after that, you can click OK. Now, total deposit is 12.61 UST, right? So if you scroll down, you're going to see what I'll be earning. See, expected interest is 2.64. Of course, that's yearly. You know that, right? That's yearly. So if you want to know how much is your amount to per month, that is it. How much is your amount to weekly, that is it. How much is your amount to daily, this is it. So obviously, the more you now have here, that's what determines how much interest you should expect from this every single time. So you can check that in terms of year, in terms of month, in terms of week or day, okay? Now, obviously we have just 12.6 UST, saved here. So this is the interest I'll be expecting by the end of the year, because remember it's APY, right? So it's year. This is what I should get as interest for year. Now, it doesn't end here. Again, I told you that the final thing I'm going to be teaching you on this training is how to claim airdrops. Basically, how you can claim airdrops using, how you can claim Terra network airdrops. Okay, and then let me show you this quickly. Let me check my notes. Okay, and you can do this using this simple link. Okay, very easy. Very easy, guys. Very, very easy. Okay, now I have this. Now I want to claim what is called airdrop. Airdrop, obviously, if for someone that doesn't know, airdrop is how these networks they gift tokens to people holding their, in some cases, to holding Luna. I told you Luna is the native token of that platform. So some of the dApps available on Luna will just gift you their token, right? For anyone that is already holding Luna. Now, here are examples of airdrops. As you can see, it says in 3 days, this is called the mirror. Okay, let's leave this since we didn't talk about the mirror network. But here in 7 days, there will be an airdrop that's happening on this network, okay? And then you can go here and claim the network, you can claim the airdrop, okay? So let me come here and show you quickly. So another airdrop is coming. As you see, this is how it works. Everything I'm showing here now, what I've staked. You see, total claimable rewards, of course, is nothing. But once I have a airdrop, this is what. So airdrop is basically, it gives you extra. This Anchor protocol, again, if you can check here, you find that Anchor protocol is another protocol on the Luna network. So if you check Anchor protocol, you find out that they also have a token. And then if you are staking and holding Luna, you're going to be getting Anchor protocol airdrop for free. Okay, so let me show you the value of that. Anchor protocol, it's $3. Okay, it's $3. And from here, I can claim airdrop. There's no one, of course, there's no one because the next one happens in 7 days. Next airdrop block happens in 7 days. So I don't have anyone to claim. But the moment you have done this and you're holding Luna and you come to this page, you easily will be able to claim your airdrop. You'll be able to claim airdrop. And when you claim the airdrop, this is where you see it. You see it under this total claimable rewards, all right? Because every time you are doing that, you're earning the airdrop because you are holding Luna. Remember that this particular wallet interacts with everything. So you understand that you're actually holding Luna, you're staking Luna. So for that reason, you're eligible for an airdrop, all right? And for the airdrop, all you need to do is simply just come here, and once the airdrop is available, it will pop up here. You see claim airdrop, it will pop up, right? And once that pops up, easily you just click the claim button, and then you'll be able to claim your Anchor. And I just told you the value of Anchor. Value of Anchor today is about 3, and that is used to earning passive income, all for just staking your Luna. So here I've shown you 3 things. I showed you how to stake your Luna. I showed you how to actually save and earn 19 or approximately 20% per annum on your savings, right, on the Anchor protocol. Then again, I showed you how to claim airdrop on this network, all right? So if there are questions now, let me have them so that I know where you need me to shed more light. Okay, I'm paying attention. Please, if there are questions, please ask. Please ask if there are questions.
Hello, SDF, good evening.
Good evening. That sounds like Ugo. Good evening.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Awesome. All right, so
that sounds like Ugo. Is that you? Good evening.
Yeah, this is Ugo.
Oh, great. Good evening.
Yeah. Good evening. Yeah. So a quick one. I want to know, apart from the interest you get on the Terra network, I mean by staking,
Yeah, everything
what?
can be done from your mobile phone. Yes, go ahead. Go ahead, please.
Yes. So apart from that, the stipulated interest you gain, the USC, as it appreciates